Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're in for a good one today, to say the least. Warner Brothers, what the hell are we doing? Now, for those who are unaware, IGN reported that DC canceled two new DC films, The New Gods and I believe Aquaman's The Trench. Now, I have a good amount of things to say about this one. All right, so I pulled up the IGN article, and I'm just going to read off what they reported. This video might be a little bit less structured as I normally like, but this is just a reaction and not really more or less of a analysis. But I'm about to start reading now. Ava DuVernay's New Gods and James Wan's Aquaman spinoff, The Trench, are officially canceled at Warner Brothers and DC Films, according to The Hollywood Reporter. And The Hollywood Reporter was, I believe, the first one to report this. As part of our DC slate, some legacy development titles, including New Gods and The Trench, will not be moving forward, Warner Brothers and DC said in a statement to THR, which is The Hollywood Reporter. We thank our partners Ava DuVernay, Tom King, James Wan, and Peter Safran for their time and collaboration during this process and look forward to our continued partnership with them on other DC stories. The projects will remain in their skillful hands if they were to move forward in the future. Now, my first initial reaction after reading this is why, number one, why is it not being continued? With the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League and the records that it's breaking, why would you stop this momentum that you have? Warner Brothers and DC Films, I don't understand the logic behind not continuing to expand the DC universe, or the Snyderverse as we like to call it. It makes no sense from a marketing perspective. It makes no sense from just any sort of perspective that I can think of, really. I don't know if Warner Brothers is brain dead or if they just want to purposefully crumble this universe that is starting and we definitely know has the potential to be up there with the MCU's timeline in their universe. It just doesn't make any sense in my mind. I can't see any reason as to why they would do this. Unless Warner Brothers is trying to get rid of DC. I mean, but why would they do that? Zack Snyder Justice League made so much money for them. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, so continuing on reading. While the projects are being frozen for now, The Hollywood Reporter's sources indicated that DC Films and Warner Brothers are leaving the door open for future adaptations. DC and Warner Brothers reportedly felt the two films did not fit in DC's next few years of superhero entries and preferred not to leave the production teams in limbo. Now, that doesn't make any sense. If you have half a brain and you watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, you would know that there is ample opportunity there for more series, to extend the universe. That doesn't make any sense. How does it not fit DC's next few years of superhero entries? You can have a Cyborg standalone movie, a Flash standalone movie. Wonder Woman already has 2 movies. And then Zack Snyder laid the groundwork for something outside of just the Justice League. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to say that it didn't fit the next 2 years of DC superheroes entries. That's just wrong. DuVernay was originally brought in to collaborate with comic book writer Tom King on New Gods, a cast of superpower individuals who emerged after the destruction of the classical gods. DuVernay is still currently working on DC's Naomi series for the CW. So that line right there kind of undermines the last line I just read. There's clearly room to fit in to extend the universe, but DC and Warner Brothers just decided to say no. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The success of Zack Snyder's work, going from Man of Steel Batman v Superman, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League it's been phenomenal. The track record is there. People at first hated Man of Steel. Now they're starting to come around. People first hated Batman v Superman. Now people are starting to come around, and thank goodness that everyone loves Zack Snyder's Justice League because it's just incredible. But for Warner Brothers to come out and say that there is no space, or they don't foresee any future with this, really, they're just cutting it right here, but they're leaving the window open potentially. The only thing that I can think of them probably trying to do is trying to copy Marvel's their whole thing where they're giving characters like standalone series like WandaVision. I just made a video about that. You should probably go look at that. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think that they're trying to be like the MCU. And the thing is, DC is not the MCU. The string of movies that we have work perfectly. Why we are trying to make these standalone movies or trying to just cancel a potential universe doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, until any new information comes out, I'm going to hold off on completely saying that we're done with the Snyderverse. But the direction that Warner Brothers is going, it looks like they're trying to cut it for whatever reason. I did read somewhere that HBO Max's app, when the Snyder Cut was released on HBO Max, that like the stats were up by like 64%, I believe. For the week ending March 28th, downloads of the HBO Max app rose 64% for the top increase, making it number one above Disney Plus and Netflix. Disney Plus having WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which were two of the top, they were the most popular shows out in the world at the time. Zack Snyder's Justice League was above that. Just the movie, just people trying to watch it was above that. So there's obviously an audience for it. But the Warner Brothers and DC, they just seem to be so separated from the fan base and what they want that they're just making these dumb decisions with seemingly no future or nothing planned ahead. It's just, let's just cut this. We don't I don't know where Warner Brothers is going with this, and it's making me a little bit upset that they purposely cut half of Zack Snyder's movie and gave us Joss Whedon's Justice League, which was a complete flop. And then when we get Zack Snyder's Justice League and he lays the groundwork for an entire universe, a multiverse, Warner Brothers says, no, we're not doing this. We're going to cut the next installment of a universe of a whole series of gods that could rival Marvel. And we're just not going to give you that. We're just not going to give you that. And it just doesn't, I know I've said this a lot, it just doesn't make any sense. Warner Brothers, they seem to be an incompetent company when it comes to DC and handling these big movies. It's just, I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. I hope that this changes. At the time of this recording, this was on April 1st, so I don't know if this is an April Fool's joke or not, but it's looking more and more like this is actually what's going to be the case. And if that's the case, then it's just a disappointment. It's just a disappointment as a DC fan, as a fan of Zack Snyder's Justice League and the films and the work that he's done for DC, bringing Superman to life, giving us this wonderful story. It's just a shame that this might be the way that it ends. By a big company being so disconnected from its audience and what the audience is looking for and what they want, that they shoot themselves in the foot. I just hope that Zack Snyder and the team that's working on these movies, they have an opportunity to showcase the work that they're putting in, because I know that it's well worth it. Warner Brothers, y'all gotta get y'all stuff together, man, because it's looking more and more like you guys are the villain. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Ran over. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those good things. Share the video. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.